It's a long time since I've done one of these. I'm kind of nervous.
Almost made you love me, almost made you cry, almost made you happy, babe. Didn't I? You almost had me thinking you were turned around.
Hello everybody, it's me ToneClassic and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a story time about I'm going to call this the worst date ever volume 2. Like worst date ever, like the sequel. Like even though this is a different day with a different person, I think I have a one story time up already about a terrible date. So this one is going to be like part 2 to like my series of terrible dates because I have been on a lot of them. So to start it off, I met this guy on Tinder, right? Tale as old as time, true as it can be. He was short. He was probably like this big. Maybe like in here. That's short. That is short. I mean, I don't discriminate against height. What it is, people cannot control how tall they are. He was handsome dude though. Worked in law, right? I'm pretty sure he was like a lawyer, I think. And was very intelligent. That's kind of how we connected because the conversation between us was very like, you know, it was like a heightened conversation. He holds multiple degrees. I'm a degree holder myself, not multiple yet. But yeah, we were just like talking about academia. We were talking about our upbringings, talking about like family dynamics, just a lot of different things. And I was really impressed by his ability to hold a conversation about things that were actually of substance. We're messaging back and forth on Tinder. We decided to hang out. He asked me if I would like to go and get some food and eat at his crib. Now, I know how this is sounding, but no. This was not like Netflix and chill. Like this was like Netflix and chill. Okay, like I just came to dance for y'all, that's it. Tells me the time he's gonna come pick me up or whatever. And he makes a point to let me know like just dress chill because I don't know, like this is just gonna be a chill evening or I don't know, like dress chill. I don't know what that means. Like you tell me to dress chill, I'm not able to show up wearing like ice blue. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you mean by chill? Like should I wear my fur coat? Is it gonna be cold? You know what I'm saying? Nothing is very chill. Like I'm not a chill dresser. You feel me? Like that's just not me. Like I like to get dressed. That's just what I do. Like if I meet someone for the first time, I feel like the reason why he said that was because he could kind of tell from my Tinder profile that like I was maybe a bit eccentric or expressive. So I think him saying dress chill was his way of trying to say like tone it down or whatever. Which I mean I understand. Like I understand, like people who like he's a lawyer, like okay, whatever. I mean, I guess he didn't want me to step out of the house looking like this, okay, which is fine. I thought I did dress chill. He texted me he was outside, and as soon as I like walked outside, like and the way he looked at me, like I could tell, I was like, I guess I didn't dress chill enough for him. I don't know. I don't even know what I had on. I think I had on like some like sandals and like some kind of like just lounge pants. Like it was very like laissez-faire. I wasn't done up like I am right now. It was my version of chill, I guess. But again, it was not chill enough for him. He had on like a Nike tracksuit, which okay, like that's like very chill. I have a Nike tracksuit, but that's not even what my mind would have went to wear on like a first like date, whatever. I don't need to be talking to anybody that's too conservative, clearly, because you know, I'm not the most out there of the spectrum, but you know, I am on the spectrum, okay? So like, I need to be around people that are like, you know, also moving back and forth across the spectrum, like between masculinity, femininity, expression, like those are the kind of people I need to be around. I'm learning that the older I get and the more, you know, I date and have interactions with other men, I'm like, okay. We get in the car, whatever. I'm have to make a point to say he drove a very nice car. And my favorite part about that, first of all, we don't care about the car. This was a very nice vehicle, okay? But there was no like chit chatter about it. There was no, yeah, this is the kind of car I got. I just got this car, I just got this whip. There was no like trying to show me all the bells and whistles and trying to make the car take off into space to impress, like no. And I feel like a lot of men, you know, try and impress you with that kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff doesn't matter. Like I do not care about that kind of stuff. Like I if you got it, great for you. But you know, shoving it in my face is not going to, it's not like waving a bone in front of a dog. I know some people are like that. Like you show them you got money or whatever and they're like on it. But I much rather would admire your humility about the things that you have and hear about the hard work that you put in to get those things. That's more what I'm kind of into. So I liked that, you know, he pulled up in this spaceship, you feel me? But it was very just like, he pulled up in it like it was a Toyota Camry, you know? Which is also a nice car, especially them new ones. As soon as I sit down, he's like, I said dress chill. And I was like, That's when it hit me. I was like, yeah, girl, you did not dress chill. You missed the memo. I just tried to joke it off. I was like, this is chill. Like, I don't own, like, I mean, I don't have, like, I just don't own a bunch of heteronormative clothes. I'm sorry. I'm not about to come outside dressed like it's, you know, like we about to go play a pickup basketball game. That's just not what I serve, period. Even, I mean, if, okay, when I go to the gym, yeah, like I'm wearing sweats and stuff, but I'm not going to the gym. Like, we're going out. Why are you expecting me to dress like we about to go fight? Or, you know, like, cis men who are more towards like the masculine side of the spectrum and exist there often, their definition of chill clothes is just like different. Like, I don't dress like that. Like, I don't dress like that. I don't own those kind of chill clothes. I'm not about to, you know, we're not about to go play 2K. That's just not me, yo. Like, and that's fine, but like, don't press me for how I'm dressed. And I thought he was kind of low-key pressing me, but it is what it is. We're driving or whatever, and then we begin talking about work, and he begins telling me about his job. I begin telling him about, you know, the kind of work that I do, and then the kind of tension about my outfit kind of starts to ease, because I think he starts to understand, like, okay, this outfit doesn't really matter, because this guy, me, is very intelligent and very personable and has so much more to, so much more input, so much more to offer besides his outfit that I may not particularly like. And my outfit was cute, for the record. We then go straight to his house, and I feel like the reason why we went straight to, because remember we were supposed to go get the food. I feel like we went straight to the crib because he really was like, was feeling some type of way about my outfit. Like, he didn't want to be seen with me or whatever. Like, I know I have some people watching videos who are queer, of color, and, you know, on the like effeminate to a certain degree. So y'all know what it's like. Y'all know how it is dating, and like, y'all just know. You feel me? Like, that is what it was giving. And I didn't realize that until later. I'm like, dang, like, why didn't you want to go to the restaurant? So he orders the food or whatever. We get to the crib. Again, nice crib, compliments his persona. It's interesting to see people's living spaces and how they reflect like the individual. Like, it's very interesting to me. It's always cool to see how people decorate their space. So place is very nice, kind of young bachelor pad, very simple. He's a very kind of like professional dude, so very simple. And then we sit down. He offers me wine. Would you like red or white? I like red. That's still my future man, in case you're watching. But I mean, like, I'll take white if that's all you have. I take a seat on the couch, kick my shoes off, and we begin talking. Again, we go deeper into our conversation about like family dynamics and school and coming out, and you know how it is, like when you're on your first like date, like you talk about all that kind of stuff. So we're talking about all that kind of stuff, and then he's like, do you want to watch a movie or a documentary? And I'm fair game. I'm like, let's watch a documentary. I love documentaries. And we end up watching this documentary, and I'm setting this up just so that you guys can understand, like, the date in its entirety, like itself, was actually a really good one. It doesn't get sour until the very end. The documentary was about homoerotic themes in early cinema, right? Which is, honestly, it was very interesting. I think it's on YouTube. Kind of centered around how in early film and early cinema, obviously there were so many rules and laws about what could and could not be included in films. Because a lot of the film rules or laws were centered around like Christian family values and morality and things like that at that time. So, you know, anything that alluded to hypersexuality, homosexuality, anything that was outside of the scope of like Christian morals and strict whatever could not be included in films. I know like in some early shows and stuff, like they would show the husband and wife sleeping in separate beds because to sleep in the same bed was suggestive. Like, you know, early film had a lot of rules. So the documentary is about this, and it's about how writers at the time would kind of subliminally include gay love stories essentially in these stories, and kind of dissecting that. I'm getting off topic now because the documentary was so interesting, you guys. But that's the documentary watch. So again, I'm telling you that just to reinforce the fact that like This gentleman was very smart, and he could tell that I was also very smart. And we were watching this amazing documentary, we were having amazing conversation, drinking wine, everything's going great. We get the food, we get this Brazilian food. You know me, eat it all up, feel me? It's left nothing on the plate, the food was gone. I'm sitting there like, excuse me. After that, we're sitting on the couch, and he goes, you know, I kind of want to get you home because it's kind of late. Honestly, I kind of appreciated that because I did have to work really, really early that morning. He knew that because I told him that already, like what time I had to be up the following morning. So he was like, I'm gonna get you home because I know you gotta get to sleep because you got work the next morning. I'm thinking like he's being considerate of my time, you know, respecting my time. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much, you know, much appreciated. But on that note, I immediately, my mom was like, oh my gosh, this was such a great date. I am so excited to spend time with this guy again. Like, I'm so excited for us to continue these conversations and for him to tell me more about the kind of media he likes watching and the kind of things that he likes watching and listening to, because this documentary has been very enlightening. I get down to the car, get in the car, driving home. While we're driving home, he makes a point to tell me that I remind him of his ex. Down to like my stature, like body type, down to, I guess, the way that I speak, down to how I was dressed. Like he just said I was very reminiscent of his ex, which that is kind of usually a red flag. But I just joked it off. Y'all know I'm a comedian, child. So when he said I remind him of his ex, I said, oh, darling, that just means you have a type. Which I thought was funny. He did not think that that was funny. That topic comes and goes. You know, he's like, you remind me of my ex. I'm like, okay, whatever, blah, blah. We talk about other stuff. And then as we get closer and closer to my house, again, I'm just thinking like, I'm really excited to hang out with this guy again. I'm thinking that he's also equally as excited to hang out with me again. Because like I said, up until now, there has been no like bad thing. There's been no like negative juju in the atmosphere, except for the thing about my outfit when I first got in the car. But besides that, the date went great. We pull up outside my house, and I'm thinking to myself that he's about to say like, so when can I see you again? Or I'm about to say to him like, yo, when can I see you again? Like, when you want to hang out again? When are you free? He goes, I kid you guys not, oh my God.
I hope you understand, but you just remind me a little bit too much of my ex, and yeah, I can't do this.
Wait, it was like that moment in the sitcom where like the frame stops and like I'm like talking to myself like, girl, what is happening?
Girl, I have no idea, but you have to figure out something to say and quick.
And while me and myself are going back and forth with us, he presses the unlock button on the car, like click, to signal like, yo, get out the car. And I'm like, like my like heart like literally fell into my tail bar bed. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I just like awkwardly fumbled out the car, and he was just like, all right, like bye. And I was like, okay. And that was like that. I texted him because I'm a simp. I'm emotional. I'm an Aries. So I texted him and I was just like, hey, I respect your decision. I said I thought we had a really good connection still, and I hope that you find what it is you're looking for, and thank you still for, you know, a good night and dinner and great conversation. And he texted me back this long paragraph about like, yeah, like I really had a great time tonight too. Like I connected with you very well, but again, like you just remind me a lot of my ex, and not in necessarily the bad ways, but 2020 has been a weird year, and I feel like I just don't want to do anything to make it more weird for myself, and so I just want to follow my instinct on this one. I'm like, okay, whatever, and I didn't respond. It's so funny because he actually just texted me recently. He claimed that it was by accident. My story times, there's always a lesson to be learned for me and for y'all. That's why I'm sharing them. You know, I believe in God, but I don't want to say God because I know we all don't believe in that, so I'll speak kind of objectively. Sometimes things don't go how you want them to go, or something is removed that you think you are interested in or want, in order to save you time, in order to save your time from being wasted. And time is the most valuable thing that we have. It's the most valuable. It's next to like health. Health and time are like hand in hand. So time is the most valuable resource we have, and anything that wastes your time is a disservice to you. Anything that wastes your time should be like literally out of your scope, off your radar, out of your focus, because time is valuable. It's one of the only things you cannot get back. So, you know, I was hurt that night. I'm not even gonna lie. I told my friend, I told her what happened. I was hurt. She was like, damn, because I was mad excited before the day. Like, I was getting ready. Like, she was helping me get ready. Like, she was telling me what I should wear, da da da. I was mad excited. And when I got in, I told her what happened, and she was just, damn, like, she was salty with me. But she said, she was like, you know what? That just means that he wasn't for you. Like, period. Like, that means that would have been a waste of your time. That was messed up for him to say. Like, that was messed up, because if you reminded him of his ex, then he shouldn't even took you out on a date. Like, he should have deaded that in the messages, like, which is true. But she was also like, you know what, shout out to him for letting you know this and not stringing you along and wasting your time even more. It was bad because it was like, if a date is going bad, okay, I can expect for it to end bad, and I know, like, this is it. But if a date goes extremely well and then the end is just like, I never want to talk to you again, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So that is why that was like the worst date ever, like the second worst date ever or whatever, part 2. And still, there was a lesson learned from it. You know, I walked away from it having learned something. And I didn't miss out. I didn't lose out, baby. Even when I lose, I still don't lose. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Again, this has been my first story time in a very, very long time. If you guys like this video, I will do more. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Can't keep on